fantasy.
Hello and welcome to week 8 already of Girls Guide to Fantasy Football. I am your host, Jordan Zucker. How's it going? Some of you may notice that I've done something different with my hair this week. It's pink. It's in honor of the close of October, which is National Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I'm also wearing this shirt to urge y'all to go to the polls on Tuesday. Seriously, show up. It's important.
You gotta fight for your right.
This week I was invited to be a guest speaker for the Monday night fantasy show at PressPassRadio.com. I was joined by Bryna Stiefel, manager of Miss Testaverde, who happened to be my opponent last week. Recordings of the shows can be found through the links under the Press Pass Radio post on my website.
Turn the radio up for that sweet sound.
Now back to our regularly scheduled program. Big news of the week. Eagles running back Brian Westbrook returns to make up for last week's points with 167 yards and 2 touchdowns in the Eagles' win over the Falcons. And Anquan Bolden returned with a vengeance after undergoing surgery to repair a fractured sinus and other parts of his face, with 93 combined yards and 2 touchdowns in the Cardinals' loss to the Panthers. It was also a random LW week. Leon Washington of the Jets and Leonard Weaver of the Seahawks both came out of relative obscurity to have huge games. Leon had 101 yards and 2 touchdowns, and Leonard had 116 yards and 2 touchdowns. London in the air. Both Drew Brees and Phillip Rivers had huge passing games across the pond. Brees torched his old team with 339 yards and 3 touchdowns in the Saints' 37-32 victory over the Chargers. Rivers continued his march to the Pro Bowl with 341 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Where was London? Drinking all night. Got into a
The looming suspension of Jaguars wide receiver Matt Jones is apparently putting the fire under his step, as he went for 117 yards and a touchdown in Jacksonville's 23-17 loss to Cleveland.
I want a new drug.
Chiefs running back Larry Johnson will not be playing in the foreseeable future.
Ain't that a shame?
Johnson, already facing possible suspension by the NFL, was charged Monday with simple assault for spitting his drink in a woman's face.
And you cannot spill blue.
However, Steelers wide receiver Santonio Holmes will be allowed to play Monday Night Football in Washington after being suspended for a pot bust last week.
Now I'm higher than a kite.
The Tennessee Titans continue to be the only undefeated team. On
Monday.
They beat their division rival Colts 31-21. Injury reports. From now on, when I am steering clear of them and just going with my gut. I read that McFadden was supposed to be in and Cotchery was supposed to be out, and I should have benched McFadden and played Cotchery. I mean, even Ricky Williams got a touchdown on my bench.
Come on, baby, make it hurt so good.
Once in a, which seems to be a week this season, a player who was supposed to be active will sit out. Last week it was Rams running back Steven Jackson who did not play against the Patriots due to a thigh injury. They're reporting that he will play this week when the Rams host the Cardinals, but these predictions seem to be as reliable as the weather report. Dallas tight end Jason Witten left Sunday's game against Tampa Bay with broken ribs. Will he play this week against the Giants? I don't know. Also, Redskins wide receiver Santana Moss is battling a hamstring injury and will be a game-time decision on Monday against the Steelers.
Don't know what I'm gonna do.
Correctly pronouncing a tough player name. This week's guy is a safety for the New York Jets, James Ihedibo, and he happened to be at the radio station with us, so here's Bryna to introduce him.
Hi everyone, I'm Bryna. I'm here to introduce
Hello, I love you. Won't you tell me your name?
my fellow Jet.
My name's James Ihedibo. I play safety for the New York Jets. And that's how you pronounce my last name.
For a taste of your whiskey, I'll give you some advice.
Jordan's advice of the week. If you win over a tiebreaker after you had originally lost, but a scoring change on Thursday takes away a sack from your opponent's D, causing you to tie and then win, don't gloat. It's poor form. Do you see her whining like a little girl? No. Have some class and buy her a stiff cocktail to ease the pain. That's all she wrote for this week. I'm Joni Jones. No, I'm Jordan Zucker. With Girls Guide to Fantasy Football. Please make it to the polls. Also support breasts everywhere. And we'll touch back with you next week. Bye. Injury reports. From now on, when I am steering clear of them and just going with my gut. I read that McFadden was supposed to be out and Contrary was supposed to be in. Scratch that, reverse it. That's all she wrote for this week. Who am I this week?